Okay, good afternoon and welcome to Daily Double. We're learning Mishnah Yomi a little ahead. This is, I believe, the Mishnayos of Shabbos. Because Shabbos, I can't give a shir. Shemot Shabbos, I can't give a shir. And Sunday, I can't give a shir. So we're trying to do a little in advance. We learned earlier Mishnayos Aleph and Beis. Let's do Mishnayos Gimel and Dal, Perak Aleph, Maasros. Acharuvim Mishnah Keda. We're talking about different fruits. At what point do they become chayiv in Shumas and Maasros? They have to be fit to eat a little bit, right? So charuvin, carobs, Mishnah Keda, when they get black spots on them. If you're eating carobs, I remember when I was young, I used to give it on tuba, Tuba Shvat. They gave out these bags of. They gave out the carobs. They gave all the worst nuts and fruit that no one would ever eat. These like dried apricots. Dried apricots. The almonds, I think, were the only thing edible. They're carobs. I mean, people had broke their teeth on these carobs. I didn't know people actually ate carobs. If I didn't grow up with that in my childhood, I would never even heard of a carob, let alone think people actually eat them. But apparently people do eat them. We'll talk more about it in Ian Mitzion, what this Mishnah really means. Fruits are not meant to be eaten by themselves. I really feel that way. And vegetables also, they're meant to accommodate other foods and spice up other foods. All black fruits also, when they get the black spots. Hagasim, those are pears. I have no idea what this is, but you say they're small apples. I don't know, small apples. Granny Smith apples, I don't know. The Parisian are quinces. I don't know what a quince is. Uzradim. Again, I don't know. I'm sorry to say. I wish they translated in English. Ba'ravi. They're giving it in Arabic. Zarud. I don't know. Maybe one day I'll tell you what these mean. Maybe shkarechu. Maybe it means peaches. You know, peaches. Different than a peach and a nectarine is the peaches have fuzz on them. They have hair. When they start getting, they develop with a lot of hair and they start getting bald a little bit. So then they're ripe. All the white types of fruits, because also they get fuzz and peach fuzz, and when they lose a little bit of their hair, then they're ripe. Tilson, tilson we've mentioned other places, clovers, when it's big enough that if you replanted it would grow. Regular grain, wheat, barley, and things like that, zaysim and olives, they have to grow one-third of their growth. One-third of their growth is considered mature, and they're chayiv and shmuz and maasros. Dalid. Yaruk. Now, until now, we're talking about fruits. Now we're talking about vegetables. Yaruk hakishuim. Kishuim, we think of sometimes say cucumbers, but we'll see it doesn't exactly mean cucumbers. It means squash. Vadluim, butternut squash, different type of squash. Avatichim, melons, watermelons, malafifonos, cucumbers, right? Hatapuchim, esrogim. Now, tapuchim, the Rav says it means apples, but we're talking about vegetables. Are apples vegetables? No. Tapuchim means tapuach adama, potatoes. Esrog, is it a vegetable? Is it a fruit? The Gemara in Kedushin talks about it a little bit, but it seems for this Mishnah it is considered to be a vegetable. Chayav and Gdol and Muktanim. We're going to talk in Ian Mitzion difference fundamentally. What's the difference between a vegetable and a fruit? If you want to, this is a pretty interesting topic for all your foodies out there. Chayavim Gdol and Muktanim. They're chayav immediately when they grow a little bit. They're already considered to be edible enough that you're chayiv in Shumas Maasros. Reb Shimon Poter as esrogim katan, he considers small esrogim not royal achila. We don't pass on there. Reb Shimon hachayiv b'shkeidim amarim poter b'msukim hachayiv msukim poter b'amarim. Apparently, there's two different types of almonds. There's bitter almonds and then there's sweet almonds. So the bitter almonds, they're actually a little bit sweet when they're small. So then chayiv in Shumas. When they grow a little bigger, then they're too bitter, so they're poter. The sweet ones are only sweet when they're bigger. When they're smaller, they're not chayiv. The halacha does not follow. As we follow, the Rambam says that we paskin the marim, the bitter almonds, even though they're a little less bitter when they're small, they're bitter. They're bitter, not aroy la'achila. So whether they're big or small, they're not chayiv. And sukim are chayiv when they're sweet. When they're bitter, they're not chayiv. We're going to talk more about the difference in vegetables and fruits and why it is that vegetables seemingly right instantaneously when they start growing a little bit, they're already chayiv with maasros, and by fruits you need a little more time for them to ripen. What is the fundamental difference between them? Stay tuned. Even Mitzion coming up next.